Hello, and welcome to episode 15 of Dawless Jammin. I hope you guys like that sweet little animation that I made. I did it yesterday right before I broke my iPad. So sad, but the animation was saved. Luckily, the iPad was not. Today we're going to be looking at my new. I've had it for like a month or so. And I've been pondering on what to do with this skiff. Like first, I really wanted to use this skiff for like effects. So like I really wanted to replace my effect pedal board for my ukulele. And also for synths, because like I can run my synths through my delay or the monsoon, which I just got, shout out to CalSynth, by running it through this Strymon A1 first. So that was the original plan, but after some thought, I decided I just want to build like a small skiff that can give me my voices. This is like my main voice that I love. Rings, and then plonk. These are my two most favorite voices ever. Together, they're like my tiny orchestra. So there were a few things that I had to sacrifice that aren't going in this case. So like you guys know that, or maybe you don't. I used to have the 7U, the Intelligent 7U. I got rid of that and downgraded to this. So the only reason I did that was because I have this 9U. Well, I had. I pulled it out now out of the closet. I had this 9U in my closet just sitting there like empty, so it didn't really make sense to have a $1,000 case, because like with the 1U modules with that top row, that case is like $1,000, so it didn't really make sense. I just used that money to buy more modules. So yeah, so this is my new case. It's 104 HP, but I really think it's 105 because there's always like a tiny little gap at the end. But yeah, so this is like my main case now. I guess we can call it Kyoto since that was the other one's name. So the main sequencer, this is my sequencer of choice. I love this thing. I've had this thing since day one. I've had the V8 Plus. I mean, not the V8. Is it called V8 Plus? I think it might be. The bigger one. The one that is just gates and two CVs. I still prefer this. I would still prefer two of these over that one, just because you can switch them between CV and gate, or 4 gates. I'll probably be using it 2 and 2, so it can sequence the rings and the plonk. So I'm just going to be installing my modules and answering some questions today. Having a sip of the coffee. How are you guys? I hope everyone is well. My music is playing in the background from my latest album, Propagated Mind. Hope you're enjoying that. Yeah. Okay, another thing about this case that I actually hate is these. I think these are called unthreaded, or these are threaded ones. I guess they're unthreaded. I don't know. But I hate them. I hate that I have to like manually go in and find where it goes. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I really wish that it was just like on there, but it's not. So we're just gonna install these modules. I have my modular grid, handy dandy modular grid to the side. And then I'm just gonna talk about my modules and why I chose the modules that I chose for this specific case. So let's get these babies plugged in. And maybe we can do a little jam at the end. How does that sound, guys? So you have to like know or like experiment where your modules are gonna go, because for example on modular grid I actually had this over here in the corner, but this has like a little tail that won't let it fit right there in that corner. So just keep that in mind when you're installing your modules, like it's not gonna be perfect every time. Alright. I'm telling you guys, these things are such a pain in the butt. Like if you can get a case that just has them on there, and they're not sliding. Although some people really love these and I just don't understand why. They're such a pain. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe you're not supposed to be doing it with a screwdriver. Alright. Got one in. So I'm gonna install some stuff. I'm gonna take a look at the comments and watch the red stripe, of course. Did I do it the wrong way already? No. Okay, good. There's so many times where I thought like I've broken my case because like, you know, it won't work or like it won't power on, and it's always like a module that's backwards. So definitely watch the red stripe. There's also some modules like the squid that is like an awkward length. It's like 21 HP, I think. It's such a pain in the butt. Like, I've had so many modules. So like I have my other case where I have the Moog Model D. I have like the little Roland mixer. I have a dual ADSR envelope. I have a few other like modules, so I really had to like see what I wanted in here. I really wanted my voltage block in here because the variegate and the voltage block work so well together, but there was just no space, so we had to make some sacrifices. God, this is such a pain. So let's talk about cases, because my first case was actually made by a local artist. His name is Void Modular. I'm sure you've heard of him. He also makes modules. I don't have any of his modules, but I need some. So he made my first case. I'm gonna show you guys, show it to you guys next time. But it's really dope. It has like the Adventure Time, like, you know, if you're a nerd. It has Jake from Adventure Time in the back doing yoga or like doing meditation, I think. It's so adorable. Like, this is gonna be a pain because these are like tiny little holes. And I don't do all four. Like, I used to do it before, you know, like screwing in all four. But then you move things so much, you're just doing more and screwing than you are making music. So now I just do two. It does just, you know, it works. What's up, Nor? What's up, everybody? I hope you are doing fresh and staying cool. So who else loves rings? Cause like, this is for sure, it's not even in, wow. This is for sure my favorite module. I just love like all the Asian type sounds that you can get out of this thing. Yeah, Constantine Flux says that you can DIY a case. Exactly, like all you really need is the power. But sometimes, like, why isn't this screwing in? Gosh. Sometimes it turns out cheaper to just buy the case with power, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Or find a friend that knows how to build cases. Because cases are expensive, man. And like, if I didn't have that case in the closet, like if I didn't have that 9U just sitting in my closet, I would have kept the IntelliGel, but it just didn't make sense, you know? Brian says that I have U-rings, but find myself loving Elements more. I've thought about I actually thought about replacing this rings with the U-rings, but then I came to my senses because I just love the size of this. But I did replace my clouds. Well, I still have clouds, but in this case, I replaced my clouds with the Monsoon. This little guy right here. I haven't even plugged them in yet, so that's gonna be exciting. It's pretty much like a cloud on steroids in a smaller package. So that's dope. Take a look at the modular grid. I already forgot what I was doing. Right, plonk and then div. Alright, yep, the coffee. Thank you, Nor. Gotta get that. Gotta get a little sip of that coffee. So I told you guys that I really wanted my my voltage block in here, but had to make sacrifices because of space. What I bought to replace it is the diff kit module, the Oct. How exciting. I haven't plugged this in yet. I've actually been waiting for this guy to get here. This is gonna be my mixer. That's why I kind of just had everything sitting, and I'm like, you know what? Let me make this with you guys because it'll be fun. It'll be a good opportunity to answer some questions, make up some answers.
Georgina lies only to people who keep her here. Sometimes I think she wants to
I am
live
in
us
space.
forever.
That's where I reside.
Georgina, are you gonna erase it? My father is the head of the CIA, and he could have you dead in minutes.
Yes, Morten Lindgren. I am seeing comments on Facebook, so those on Facebook, shout out to the Facebook gang. Even though I hate Facebook with all my heart, I appreciate you guys being there. So this is Plonk. I love Plonk so much. I need to like make videos about Plonk because it is really one of my favorite voices. It can be a whole drum machine. Like, we're gonna have some fun with Plonk. Soon, I promise. What I'm gonna have to do is like start plugging these in before I put them in, because then I'm not gonna be able to. So what is Oct?
Don't like me anymore?
So I'm excited to try this little guy out. So it is 8 LFOs that are like clocked differently. At the top is like the fastest, and then the bottom is the slowest. And then I think you just send a clock to it. Thank you, Miles. Thank you, everybody that is tuning in, stopping by to say hello and see what's going on with Jaden's case. But I did forget something. I forgot to get the power for this case. It's like somewhere in the other room, so we shall have a short intermission where you guys can go and have a smoke break and whatnot. God, I feel like a mad scientist. I remember when I first got into Eurorack, like everything was so scary. I thought everything was gonna blow up, and one day it actually did. Okay, so like I'm like plugging stuff into my other case, and you're not supposed to like leave stuff open, right? Like you're not supposed to leave empty spaces. And I just had like an empty space just chilling there, and then one of these cables, like I was patching, and one of these cables like touched something and it just exploded. Almost caused a fire. Like that's when it became real. That's when it was real. That moment right there. Like you can die if you don't know what you're doing. Life lesson. Alright. Yes, I see your comments. Maybe you don't hear me. Alright, let's get Plonk in. So Plonk, I love using Plonk for like string sounds. Oh my goodness. Plonk is great at string sounds. Plonk is great at like little plugs. Ah, dang, you see what I did? I totally forgot to push this one over. I really hate this. Now I pushed over too much. Ah, perfect. So what are your modules, guys? Like, what are the modules that you can't live without? Like, Rings has never left my case. There have been many modules that have come and gone, but Rings is not one of them. And I don't think it ever will. I've been thinking about getting an Elements, but no space, and I might, but I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. RYK sequencer. No. This first module is the Strymon AA1, which is it sends like audio signals, so like you can plug up your synths or your guitar or whatever into there and get a good signal. Yeah, if you're not attacked by your modular on a regular basis, you're doing it wrong. toe. Why didn't you like Elements, David? What was wrong with it? See, like, I don't even understand why these aren't screwing in. And also, like, there's two different sizes of screws. So, like, I have this huge thing full of screws for, like, the IntelliGel case. Why isn't it zooming? Zoom! God damn it. Ah. And tip, you know, use little pill bottles to put your screws in. Yeah, so like they're different sizes. See, like for some reason this isn't even screwing in at all. This is like too short, maybe. Modular people need to just like get together and be like, okay, this is the only screw size that we're gonna use. I hope I have enough of these screws. Alright, let's see, what was after this? This was Monsoon. Let's get the Monsoon in, let's make things a little straighter. How are you guys liking the background music? Is it dope? It's not modular. I go through like phases where I'll just use my modular, and then other phases where I'll just use something else. But it's always fun, like having at least one case. Cause like I thought about getting rid of my modular just cause it's so expensive, bro. Like here's over $1,000 just for some fart sounds. But it is so much fun, like once you start plugging in and moving knobs and sliders. So I slimmed down. That was one of the other reasons I slimmed down, cause like I had the two rows, and it was just like, what do I fill this up with? You know? That's kind of like the feeling of like, it's kind of like I think Nor has some shirts that says like module, the case is half empty and then it's the devil, and no, the case is half empty and it's the angel, and then the case is half full is the devil. No, I think it's backwards. I hope you understood that, guys. What I'm pretty much saying is that like when your case is empty, you're like, man, what am I gonna put in here? Like it's just an empty space staring at you. Like it has to be filled. Like I don't understand how those people with like giant modulars do it. Well, I guess they gotta have a lot of modules and a lot of money, cause modules are expensive. So let's talk about these Behringer modules, cause you know that's everybody's favorite subject. Everybody loves Behringer, right? They have like some very cheap modules coming out. They're doing a remake of something. What was it? Can anybody tell me what they're doing a remake of? It was some type of big Moog replica, right? 5U something. I don't have any 5U, but it looks cool. Monsoon. I'm very excited for this little guy because I love clouds. And oh yeah, the System 55. Thank you, kids. I think they're doing an ARP 2500 as well. They're doing everything. They're cloning everything. And you know, at first, you know, like you drink the Kool-Aid with everybody else. Like you only hate Behringer because everybody hates Behringer, right? But after I got the Model D, I'm happy with it, and I was so lucky that I got it used for like $150. I was like, what? That was like given away. It's such a steal, for real. I've honestly thought about like getting all my savings and buying a Moog 1. I mean, no, not a Moog 1, a Moog Model D. Although Moog 1 would be nice, yes. But then I'm like, you know what? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, you know, just get a Behringer Model D, because it makes more sense. You sold your clouds, Dave? Why? What's wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? I love clouds. And like on Monsoon, I have a different software installed, a firmware I mean, it is the Parasites firmware. So it's different than my clouds. I don't think you can change them back and forth like you can on the clouds, sadly. I might be wrong, so don't quote me on that. And then this delay. This delay I love, and I really wanted this in my case, and it's really big. Well, it's not that big, but you guys see it? Isn't it beautiful? Cause I really like my little Dreadbox delay, and it's really small. It's 8 HP. You can get one for like around $100. I love it. But this is a looper. Like, this has ping pong. This has tape and digital. Erica since makes some really cool effects. Yeah. I don't know what's the next Behringer thing I'll get. Like, what do I want a clone of? Because I don't really like their keys. I've said it before. Hopefully they take note and, you know, they're like, hey, we listened to Jade. We were paying someone else to make our keys now. Because I really hate their keys. Like, they're very plasticky, and I'm very picky with keys because I like keys. I like nice keys. And I believe, you know, and I know you can get cheap keys for cheap. Because, like, there's cheap synths that have good keys. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse to have crappy keys on a synth just to save money. And you can quote me on that. Alright. It's not screwing in. Gosh, I really hope we have enough screws. The Pro 1. The Pro 1 looks dope too. I thought about getting that one too. And like putting all those semi-modular Behringers in my case. But I have so many voices. Gosh darn it. It's not screwing. I need some screws. Whatever. Alright, let's see what's next over here. How many of you actually have a Eurorack? Or how many of you are you pondering going down the rabbit hole? Oh, okay, this is a dope module. Are y'all ready? The data. An oscilloscope. And so many other things that I won't use. I'll use them from time to time. I know it has like a spectral analyzer. Just a bunch of nerdy stuff. But it looks cool. It looks dope. Especially for like these overhead shots. That was another reason that I wanted a skiff and not like 2 rows of Eurorack, because I want to like be able to put a keyboard under this and like jam. And exactly what I said was gonna happen happened. I put the module in, and now it won't fit because my hand can't go that far. Or maybe it can. Damn it, no, it won't. There's a saying in Colombia, lazy man works twice. This is true. Lazy man works twice, because if you skip a step, you're just wasting time. I hope we have enough. How many more do we have? I think we have just enough powers without having to pull out an extender. Just enough modules, I mean. Okay, so we got this guy. Our little mixer. Who has this little guy? It's also like a VCA, I think, or something. Yeah, but I'll be using it as a mixer for now. Yeah, like I really like this case. It's really lightweight. It's the Make Noise case, by the way. It's just covered in Pokemon stickers. But I wish that it wasn't threaded or unthreaded or whatever. Is it threaded or unthreaded? Can someone tell me? What is this when all the little thingies are moving? Evan Johnson, how often do you use a filter as an oscillator? So I don't even have a filter in this case, but not because I'm anti-filters, just because we don't got no space. And rings, kinda, like the damping on rings is kind of like a filter. So I use that. I do need a filter, but there's no space, guys. I was looking at that one filter that Ricky Tinez was like all raving about. It was what was it? A WMD multi-pass filter, something like that. But no space, no space. All right, let's get these babies in. Oh God, now we gotta align the crap. It's so annoying. The rails. Okay, so the rails is the one that is stuck on. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me, Jim? Don't lie to me. So I used to have the Mordax a long time ago in white. And it was cool, but I didn't appreciate it as much as I do now, because now, like, before I used to just send my audio signals through it and just like, ooh, square wave, ooh, sine. Now I want to like see what like LFOs are doing and, you know, more nerdy stuff. I don't think that's gonna screw in. Oh, it did. Whoa, okay, okay. Okay, so Jim is saying that I can actually put them in this case. How do I do that? Is it like very DIY or is it simple? Cause I guess I could take this off. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go through all that trouble, but thank you. All right, let's put our mixer in. Then we can plug this baby up. Take it for a spin. It's gonna be exciting. Watch me like have plugged up something backwards or... Oh no, don't tell me that I did what I think I did. Okay, good. It's like, no! Did I run out of bolts or whatever this thing is called? Are you supposed to move them with the screwdriver? Because that's my question. Like, is there a special tool that you're supposed to use with these? Because a screwdriver ain't it. I'll let you know that. A screwdriver was not made for that. I've done it with like a pencil. It just always seems like, oh wow, I had it backwards, so it was over there. It always seems like such a pain in the butt. So like when I first got into Eurorack, I really thought that I had to like build a synth from scratch, because that's what I thought Eurorack was. You know, you get an oscillator. I didn't really know anything. I just knew that like you built the synths from scratch and you needed stuff. So you need an oscillator, you know, an ADSR, a filter, VCA. But then I found out that you don't have to do that at all. You don't have to build a synth at all. You can make this an effects case. You can make a, you know, I guess you could use it to make a synth voice, but you don't have to. Like, these are two synth voices right here. If we were to build a synth voice like oscillator, filter, ADSR, that would be like half this, and we wouldn't have space for anything. So I would rather just leave the synthing to my synths and do more experimental stuff with this, like some non-linear composition type stuff.
I'm playing the villain, baby. Just like you want. Try to give give you everything you want.
All right,
No, you
one module left. So this is the Erica MIDI to CV. I use it to like send clock from like a drum machine to here. So that's very important. That was very important for me because I want to be able to use this with my drums, you know, with the TR8, the analog rhythm. Got the Tempest on the way. Oh snap. Finally snagged one yesterday for a not ridiculous price, so I'm proud of myself for that. All right, it's ready. How beautiful. Let me, there we go. Ta-da! Let me see.
You don't know what freedom is!
Alright. Hit up the questions, guys. Let me know what questions you have about anything. It doesn't even have to be modular. Yeah. Fun fact, my favorite band is Led Zeppelin. Just throwing that out there. Jimmy Page is God. Alright. I am going to go get the cable for this. Let you guys watch the cat for a minute, and I will be right back. Alright, so here we are. Let me turn this music down so we can actually get to working. This is to send my ukulele or my synthesizer into the modular synthesizer. We're going to load this over here. Boom. Alright, the first thing that we're going to have to do is get some audio, right? So we're going to get a 3.5 cable. Where are you? Why doesn't it zoom? Oh well, it's a headphone cable. You know what it looks like. That's gonna go out of here into my interface. Okay. Like that, like so. Alright. And then first we're just gonna do a basic audio test so we can make sure that we're getting audio. And we're going to do, we need to be smart about our cable length. Alright, so that's being triggered. We should get a sound. Aha! Success. Ouch. Let's find something else. Ooh. Okay, so now that we have audio, we can actually go into the Mordax. So what this does is it's going to send the signal to the Mordax so we can see it. We can see it right there. And then out of the Mordax into over here. Alright, same thing with our rings. Wasn't very smart about my cable length choices. Pitch into the first one. Alright, so right away we can tell that they are not in the same key. So what we're going to do is we're going to unplug our pitch and tune these by ear. Let me add some more gates. There we go. Alright, looked like I had lost access to the YouTube chat for some reason. Let me see what's going on. Yeah, the variegate is amazing. I absolutely love the variegate. So let's actually clear this. And I haven't used my variegate in a minute. Like, there's a combination that you can do. And I don't really mean like in a minute. Like, I use it all the time. But there's a few like button combinations that you have to remember to like clear. And I think it was like, I don't know. I don't remember. But we're just gonna clear this all 0. So we're just gonna reset all of these, right? So we have absolutely nothing turned on. And there's definitely another way of doing this. But that's just the easiest way right now. Alright, so these two is what is sending our pitch signal, which is our note data. And these two are what is sending our gate signal. So if I go here and turn these on, voila. Same thing with our plonk. So now we can actually go start putting in our notes. But let's turn a bit more steps on. Okay, so you see how only this one step is triggering? That is because we have our length set to 1. I guess not. That's strange. Hold on. A little too annoying. Okay, so it seems that this last gate is like on a different setting, as you can see. That's good, that's good, that's good. And this, we're doing something wrong, so let's see what's going on. Not sure. There we go. Just not sure why it's not moving. You see how it's staying up there? Of course we would have technical difficulties with like the simplest thing, right? Alright. Alright, finally. Okay. Alright, whatever was happening, it's now fixed. Technical difficulties. Okay, so now we can go here and set our note value, but we need to go to our track and select the scale. I'm going to choose that 4th one and do the same thing for this. Yeah, modular does what it wants. Alright, now we can go in, go to note, and start putting our steps. I'm gonna save that. Alright, so now we have a little sequence going. Now let's start adding some more stuff. I'm going to send my plonk into this beautiful delay. Whoa. Turn that down. Sorry about that. And I'm gonna have to get more cables. I'm sorry. I'm never prepared. That's life. Here we go. Add 0. Go ahead and send one of these LFOs. Alright, I love this thing, it's so great. And now we're going to send our rings into the monsoon. Got to be very careful with the monsoon. Whoops, oh no, I already did something. Let's see. Can get very wild and dangerous. Alright. It's like, just put it at the lowest setting. But I am out of cables already. What's wrong with me? I'm gonna let this play and I'll be right back. Alright, this should be enough. This should be enough. Compromising some cable length. You know, you have to be smart about your cables and not use just long cables everywhere. right. Yeah, it can get annoying. Okay. And now we're going to do, let's see if I have a shorter cable. Odd out. So like the rings has 2 outputs. This one like skips a beat every time, and the odd is like the regular one. Let's hear that rings by itself for a minute. I'm so afraid of Monsoon because like it can feedback so quickly, because Cloud's the same, and I still don't know how to use it. So it's like I don't want to make you guys deaf. That's a little too fast. I'm gonna slow it down. That reverb is gorgeous. And I've been thinking of getting like a designated, I don't even know if the word is designated. I'm Colombian, by the way. English is not my first language. Like a module just for reverb, like that Earthquaker device one looks pretty dope. But again, Clouds or Monsoon is so much more. So this is where those fat drums sort of come in nicely. I'm gonna do a separate video of using this with other stuff, like with drums, maybe even sequencing this with my analog rhythm. So subscribe if you haven't already, so you never miss another episode. I wish this had a master volume. Sorry, my mic wasn't on. Let me answer some questions. Hi from Denmark. Cool. Hello. Somebody said that I hear that Plonk is a bit hard to program. Not really, dude. I'm actually, I stay away from like modules that are like really menu divey because I hate like having to be in the menu when I'm using my modular. But Plonk is not menu divey at all. You just have to like learn, you know, how to mess with the sounds. So like, that is just that. Let's turn down our delay. So Plonk works with an exciter and an object. So the exciter, let me turn that down a bit. The exciter is what hits the object, right? And then the object is the object. So it can, so if you go to exciter, you can do the ratio. So that changed our sound. Kind of like filtered it, and then we can go to object and we can choose our object. So it has string, beam, marimba, drumhead, and membrane. Oh, and plate. I like string and marimba best for my type of music. And then you have this pitch knob that I'm not gonna mess with because we'll be back at square one. And then the decay, so like what makes Plonk be able to be used for like a synth voice is this decay. Like that's what I believe, because you can get very long melodic sounds out of it. And then there's other settings that you can mess with, like the stiffness of the exciter. And then if we go here, we can do the octave change, which is something I do a lot. This delay also has like a really nice reverb. This delay, bro, this delay. I love it. Let's send some of those other folks to it. Yeah, a lot of fun with this delay. Let's try a different voice for it. So Plonk has some kind of experimental voices. You have to like make your own, because it really is a drum module that can make melodic sounds pretty much. But a lot of the presets that are on it are that drum presets. I have like a few favorites, like the 8-bit one is nice. And this is actually a stereo, which is a shame that we're not using it as a stereo right now. I wonder if like I do the right out of here, it might? I don't know. I'll have to experiment with that. Because this is a stereo delay. Like if I were to put the ping pong on and we had both of these, it would be amazing. Alright, let's switch the audio sources for these. So let's send our plonk into Monsoon. Let's cable management. I believe I have a short cable. We're gonna do this one into Monsoon, and the out stays the same. And then we're gonna go out of rings into here. Let's turn it down a bit. Reset everything a bit. So that is our plonk. Crazy. Let's try to change this up over here. Change the direction of our sequence. Let's do pendulum. you guys hear all the cool stuff that the Oct is doing? It's resetting it, sending that LFO. So happy I got this little guy because I really needed some modulation. And I love how small these DivKid modules are. Shout out to DivKid for being dope. Crazy. This would obviously... Oh, I keep forgetting we don't have anything here yet. Okay, here we go. Monsoon can get pretty crazy. yeah, monsoon is, you know, you have to be very gentle. It's not something that, I mean, I guess you could send random stuff to it, but you do have to be careful because you can go deaf. But yeah, guys, this is the skiff. This is the case. I will do more videos on this. Thank you guys for joining, and I hope you enjoyed the little demonstration. Let me answer a few more questions and then let you guys go about your way. Riley Craft says, do a monsoon tutorial. Possibly. Josh Rodriguez says, I need to get a skiff. Let me shut this down over here. Turn on some musication. Alright, sorry about that. I am back. I am here. Yeah, so let's answer a few more questions. I'm still here. I'm sorry, guys. Had something I had to deal with. Okay, ever jam with the ESX? Asks Damasco WKPF. No, I have not. I have not. Josh Rodriguez says, I need to get a skiff. All my modular stuff is pretty stationary. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I have a 9U that is kind of just sitting there. It's kind of like awkward to reach. I love how light this is and how small it is, and like I said, my main reason for getting it was to be able to place this like right here, boom, and then have a synth right here. So that's gonna be pretty dope. Thanks for joining, Travarsi. Thanks for joining, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. If you guys like what I do, and you can, consider becoming a patron. I'm gonna be doing a lot of cool stuff on there too. You guys can get sample packs, a lot of stuff already on there, but I am also working on some other stuff for that. If you can't, don't worry. I also sell sample packs if you guys are into like beat making. I need to make like a modular pack. And I make really dope synthesizer shirts, just saying, check them out. I have a Planck shirt, clouds inspired shirt. But yeah, guys, that's it. Thanks for joining. Let me know what other kind of stuff you guys want to see, what other streams you would like to see. Yeah, and I'm gonna try to make this a regular thing. I don't know if I'm gonna, well, I don't want to say that I'm not gonna be making more videos, but I am definitely gonna be focused a lot more on streams. So make sure that you hit that notification so you know when I go online and you don't miss the streams, so you can ask questions and hang out with all of us. Yeah. Alright guys, stay safe, and I will catch you in the next one.